Ladies and gentlemen, we have more news about the commander swap update, and I honestly thought that my last video about this was going to be my last video about this. However, we have a new frequently asked questions answered from the community managers over at Rise of Kingdoms. It almost feels like they just went through my FAQ video and actually answered every single question, so I thought that it was important to at least update you guys one final time about this event before it comes live, because the date that this comes into the game is revealed, and it's sooner than we thought. In fact, it might be in the game by the time you get around to watching this video, so I apologize if it feels like I am beating a dead horse, but this event is important and I just want to bring you guys the most up-to-date information as soon as I possibly can. But anyway, what's going on, guys? Cheers. It is not 5 in the morning at the time of recording this, so drop a thumbs up down below for your boy getting some sleep today. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as you guys know, I am a partner and creator with Rise of Kingdoms, which means they support a few videos on the channel every single month, just like this one. But the most important support is, of course, you guys dropping a thumbs up and subscribing down below for more Rise of Kingdoms information. Okay, so here we have posted today at 7 a.m. commander swap FAQ. We're getting lots of questions about the upcoming commander swap event. Here are some of the most commonly asked questions. Again, I almost feel like they just went through my latest video and just started answering them. Okay, what do I need to swap commanders? How much does the bundle cost? Okay, for the final time, you're gonna need swap tickets to swap commanders. The greater the difference in skill levels between the two commanders, the more tickets will be required to swap them. So this answers our question from before. Leveling them up and adding more stars to the commanders will not change the amount of tickets it will cost to swap. So the amount of tickets it costs to swap two commanders is exclusively linked to their skill level, and that's it. That was most likely going to be the case. Like, that's what I figured would probably be the case, but there was still a little bit of ambiguity in how, you know, things were worded or mentioned or whatever, at least to me. So I'm glad we know 100% for sure. But what's really interesting here is it says, for example, swapping an expertise commander with a 1111 commander costs 120 tickets. We saw this already. That's swapping a expertise for a just summoned commander effectively. But swapping an expertise commander with a 5551 commander only costs 2 tickets. Yes, 2. This is not a typo. So that's actually a big deal, right? Because some of you guys might be partially like invested in a commander, right? So let's say you've been working on Liu Che and your Liu Che is 5551, but you have a Charles Martel that's expertise from Gold Keys. You could literally swap them for 2 tickets and just have a 5551 Martel and have an expertise Liu Che. That's like the best trade deal in history. 2 tickets is super cheap. Like, that's almost nothing, right? So it's 200 gems, right? And, you know, again, you know, a 5551 commander, it costs an additional 310 sculptures to expertise them, right? Those last 4 skill ups cost 310 sculptures. So to avoid 310 sculptures worth of value for 2 tickets is actually insane, especially if you have, you know, Charles Martel, who is expertise, and you have additional sculptures of him. You don't even need a full 690. You only need 310 additional ones to get the value here. So that's a really cool way to get a nice little expertise. It's not a free expertise, right? Because you've already invested into them, but still cool to know. As we mentioned before, there's 2 ways to get legendary swap tickets, 100 gems a piece, and you get 120 of them. We already talked about this before, but here is more confirmation about the bundle, the Fresh Faces bundle. It costs $5 and contains 12 tickets. You can only earn up to 120 tickets this way. So, you know, the way that they showed screenshots of the bundle before was that you could buy the $5 bundle 10 times. This doesn't clarify that anymore, but I'm almost positive that's how this works. So I don't think anything has really changed here. You can earn 120 tickets from the $5 bundles. That's how this looks like it's going to work to me. So get ready to claim stone chests in your alliance tab all day long, because every player is going to buy this $5 bundle 10 times. So every player in your alliance is going to have 10 bundles you'll have to claim. So this is going to be crazy. This is going to be wild. Okay, everyone's getting a stone chest. All right, when will commander swaps be available? How long will the event last? So this is interesting. They changed this. The commander swap event will be tested on January 8th. Prior to that, they said Pioneer servers would get it on January 10th. Now it's January 8th, and then they said all kingdoms will get it on January 10th at the earliest. So this event will come around for test servers January 8th, and everyone should be getting it on January 10th. Now, if your kingdom is more than 3 days from the end of season 2, the event will start 3 days before the end of season 2. The event will last for 5 days after being triggered. The above schedule supersedes any previous announcement or info. So this is officially the schedule for the event. Okay, so get ready, be prepared, save your gems, hoard your gems right now. Okay, you'll have 5 days to use those gems. Will I be able to obtain King Arthur during the swap event? I don't know who's still asking this question. They made it abundantly clear. Yes, you can get in King Arthur by completing quests in the trials event. So here's the thing, right? And this is the timing is going to be very important here, right? Because when the commander swap event goes live, you'll have 5 days to complete it, and the free way to get King Arthur can be completed at the soonest on the 5th day, right? That's what Agus posted here. Thank you for your notes, Agus. I appreciate you. King's Trial is the event where you complete quests to unlock King Arthur, and it can be unlocked on the 5th day at the fastest. Okay, so you want to be if you want King Arthur from this, you have to be doing his events from day 1. Okay, you have to get all those events done as soon as they're possibly available, because this is the 5th day and the event looks like it lasts for 5 days. This person says, can I use King Arthur for a swap? Let's say I swap a 5511 commander with a 1111 King Arthur to get a 5511 King Arthur. Next, I swap the 5511 King Arthur with an expertise commander. Can I get an expertise King Arthur this way? No, you can't. So there's 2 questions here. Can I use King Arthur for a swap? The answer is yes, you can use King Arthur for a swap. The second question is, can you get an expertise King Arthur this way? The answer is no. Each commander can only be swapped once, as outlined in the face-to-face with the developers. Okay, so again, this was already very clear. This is people just like double checking basically, but you have 2 swap opportunities and the swaps can't be undone. If you immigrate, you'll lose your chance to participate. Okay, so every commander can only be swapped once, whether they're used as the material or as the final reward. They're only swappable one time. Okay, can I reset a 5551 Yue Liang to 1111 then swap him for an expertise commander? No, commanders with unallocated skill points can't be swapped. Okay, so this was a question that I got a lot, and I knew the answer would be no, because that makes no sense. But yeah, you're gonna have to allocate your skill points in order to swap a commander. Okay, so there's no getting around this. There's no using a skill reset to like save yourself some tickets. Okay, of course that this would have been a massive exploit, and of course nobody would, like, they would not allow this, obviously, right? If I have an expertise Charles Martel and 600 Martel sculptures, if I swap him, will I lose the sculptures? No, you'll be able to keep the sculptures. Now this was like my biggest question. I feel like they got this question from me because I asked them over in the Content Creator Discord as well. But yeah, this is huge, right? This is huge. This is how we expected this to work. I expected that you will be able to keep your sculptures, but it's nice to see this in writing, 100% confirmed. We don't have to worry about this. So we finally know, yes, if you have excess sculptures of Charles Martel, of Cao Cao, of, you know, Freddy, of anybody, those are the ones you're going to want to be swapping. Okay, because you get to keep the sculptures, which means you basically don't lose anything, because you can just level them up again and boom, you're good to go. So very exciting stuff here for older players. It's almost like we're getting this event for free, besides just the gems and the bundle cost, right? Whereas, you know, other players might actually have to sacrifice a commander that they could consider using, right? So really cool stuff here. If you're an older player, this is kind of like a reward for being an older player, right? If you've been playing for 5 years, which is how long it takes to expertise a gold key commander from gold keys exclusively, by the way, I've made videos about that. It takes 5 years to expertise a gold key commander from gold keys, which is insane. Of course it is RNG, so it's hard to say for sure, but that's how long it took me. Okay, and if you've been playing for that long and you have excess sculptures as a result of that, this is a nice reward for those older players. And it's also a great reward for players who used to play a ton and then they quit and now they're coming back. This would be like the time to use those sculptures, right? So I'm really happy about this. Obviously I'm biased. I am the old player who's going to get you know, rewarded for this, but I think this is really cool. It would have been a bummer if they swapped the sculptures. Okay, moving on to question 7. If I'm currently using the trial version of King Arthur, can I use him for a swap? Come on, guys, come on. Why would they let you do that? Let's be real. Why would they let you do that? Also, if you did that, then you wouldn't be able to swap for the real King Arthur. You can only swap King Arthur if you have actually recruited him yourself, of course. Here are a few important points to note. You can't recruit King Arthur during his trial period, but you can recruit him before starting the trial period. Oh, interesting. You can't recruit King Arthur during his trial period, but you can recruit him before starting the trial period. If you swap King Arthur during the trial period, his levels will will be based on your own copy of King Arthur, not the trial version. Interesting, the trial period for King Arthur lasts for 4 days, whereas the legendary commander swap event will last for 5 days. Even if you start the trial period at the beginning of the legendary commander swap event, you'll be able to recruit and swap King Arthur after his trial period ends. Okay, so basically the trial period for King Arthur will start on the same day as the legendary swap event, it looks like, but this only lasts for 4 days, whereas the legendary swap event lasts for 5 days. Okay, so no matter what, on that 5th day is the day you'll be able to get King Arthur. So very cool stuff there. If I'm in a season 2 kingdom, how can I obtain SOC commanders to swap? This was a big question for a lot of players. We will launch the Gathering of Heroes event alongside the legendary commander swap event. During this event, you can complete quests to earn points to get SOC commanders. This was what I pretty much said as well, right? Like the whole point of the Gathering of Heroes event was clearly to give you the commanders that you need to swap for, or to swap to, I should say, in the swap event, right? So this makes a lot of sense. It makes sense why they would bring us the Gathering of Heroes event at this time. So there's your answer. Boom, there you go. Okay, if I don't swap any commanders during the event, will I be able to swap commanders later? No, regardless of whether you have used your swap chances during the reset event, you will not be able to swap once the event is ended. And that's what I've been telling players this, but a lot of players have been asking like, oh, maybe we can do this later. No, this is a one-time thing. They made it clear this was a one-time thing, so do your swaps now. This is your only chance. Do it now. There's no going back. You have to swap now if you want to take advantage of this, which every player should be. Question 10, is the number of legendary swap tickets required affected by the commander's level or stars? No. So we already answered this earlier, but they just wanted to make it abundantly clear, make it its own thing. Earlier they said it's only affected by skill levels. Here they're saying yes, the only thing is skill levels. It's not affected by anything else. So there you go, that's nice to know. And then finally, the last question, does the legendary commander swap event include commanders from all generations? Is there a city hall level requirement? Yes, you can swap legendary commanders from any generation so long as you have permanently recruited them. Your city hall must be at least level 8 to participate in this event. That's very generous, guys. Level 8, you can get to level 8 city hall in like by playing the game for like an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Like it's so easy to get level 8 city hall. So yeah, there's like no restrictions here. This is amazing. So there you go, guys, the commander swap event. This is your FAQ. This answers everything that you guys have been asking me and have been asking in all the other places. And again, I felt like I was kind of beating a dead horse with making this video, but at the same time, I want you guys to have the most up-to-date information as possible. And this does provide us some really interesting details that you guys probably do want to know. And the timing of the event has changed. So yeah, some of you guys are going to be getting this. I mean, at the time of me recording this, some of you guys might be getting this event in 11 hours, right? January 8th, which is actually insane. So I'm very excited about this. Now, a couple of more updates that I want to touch on. Oh my God, that's huge. First of all, in game, Richard officially has his 3rd relic upgrade, and it brings his counterattack damage from 6 up to 10. Raise your hand in the comment section below if this makes you want to get Richard's 3rd upgrade. I just don't understand. Like, I mean, look, okay, I mean, guys, like, this is great if you pair him with Martel, okay, but like the days of Richard Martel are left in season 1 and you don't get the relics in season 1, so I don't understand the point of this. It would have been at least nice to get 20% March speed, right? Like just bring him up to par with some of the newer Season of Conquest commanders, but they didn't. They gave him 4% more counterattack damage, which is fine. I feel like Richard Martel in Sunset Canyon just got a little bit better as a tanking March, right? Especially if you have the triple relic on Martel as well. His attack stat is through the roof over here, which is wild. So just wanted to give you guys that quick update. If you care about Richard's 3rd upgrade, it's here. The thing that you probably care about the most, however, is that King Arthur is in the game officially, and his skills have not changed as far as I can tell. I briefly looked through them. They all look identical. There's no mention of combo attacks regenerating rage here. So again, we'll have to test it, but I'm almost positive that they will not regenerate rage. So yeah, worth noting that Arthur is in the game. You can see everything here, his little lore paragraph and everything like that. So very cool stuff to see him in the game. He is looking like, he looks like a Giga Chad. He's got like felt gloves on, which look very cozy. It's actually kind of cold in my apartment right now, so he looks very, very cozy, very Giga Chad, very formidable. Okay, clearly skipping leg day in favor of chests delts. Like bro is looking like Obelisk the Tormentor over here, like actual Giga Chad. Okay, they also included Siyaj, and this answers our question from before. How are we gonna get Siyaj? It is the tavern. Okay, it is the tavern. So this answers my question from my most recent video where I said that Siyaj appeared to not be in the event that gives us all the tavern commanders, therefore maybe he's not a tavern commander. that is not true. He is a tavern commander. He'll show up in all the ways that you get gold keys as well, so that answers that question. I'm stoked about that. It looks like nothing has changed on his kit either, so I mean, not super stoked about him, but like we'll have to wait and see how season 1 uses him. And then of course we have Wak, Chanil, Aja, Lady Six Guy is here in the game as well, so I don't think anything's changed on her either. But the background for the mines looks absolutely gorgeous, by the way. Like this Mayan temple back here and the leaves falling and the waterfalls, oh my god, it looks so beautiful, dude. It looks so good, my god, bro. Oh my god. So anyway, just wanted to point that out. These guys are in the game already and they look very cool, so stoked about that. Arthur is confirmed to be a Wheel of Fortune commander, by the way. I know a lot of people were saying, oh, King Arthur is like Ragnar, he's an in-between cycle release type of thing. I don't think that's the case, guys. In fact, I'm almost positive that's not the case, and here's why. When Ragnar came into the game, he was announced as like a one-off off cycle thing, and he was confirmed to not be in the Wheel of Fortune as a result of that. With King Arthur, he was announced and immediately said yes, he will be in the Wheel of Fortune. We know also that the next release of commanders, probably coming next month, is expected to be cavalry. Okay, and I mean, this is, here you go, here's your Cav Wheel of Fortune commander, right? So expect to see one more new commander for cavalry next month, and expect King Arthur to be his Wheel of Fortune counterpart. The reason that I know that this is most likely the case is because this is exactly what they did with Liu Che, right? Liu Che was given to everybody for free, 10 sculptures, everyone can get them, boom, you're done. He came out with the 5-year anniversary for Rise of Kingdoms, and then like the next month he showed up on the Wheel of Fortune with Gorgo, right? So I suspect that this will be the exact same thing with King Arthur. They're giving us King Arthur 1 month early for free, just like they did with Liu Che, and then next month he will show up on the Wheel of Fortune with whoever his Mightiest Governor counterpart will be. Now, I already made a video kind of predicting what I think that the Mightiest Governor commander will be. If you missed that, it's on the channel a few weeks back, but I suspect it will be a cavalry conquering commander. Okay, so I expect it to be a cav rally commander. We'll have to wait and see. If the release of William Wallace and Scipio Emilianus told us anything, it's that when they release a new blue talent tree, we might expect the other commander to also have that blue talent tree, right? It would just be weird to have Arthur be the only commander in the game to have combo. Like, that would be weird, right? So we'll have to wait and see. But I mean, here's the thing, even if let's say the Cav rally commander is a combo commander, I don't know who you would pair him with, right? Because King Arthur can't be used for rallies. This second skill, you only get stats from King Arthur if he's hitting a field troop. So this excludes hitting rallies, this excludes hitting garrisons, and it excludes hitting resource points, right? So if you put King Arthur as secondary in a rally, or even as primary in a rally, he will not get any of these stats. He also will not get any of the bonuses on his 4th skill, right, where you get the rage reduction, the march speed reduction, like everything here. And especially with this, like his bonus to skill damage and all this other stuff, this is only, you know, when you're hitting a field trip, it's multiplied by 3. Otherwise you only get 10% combo attack damage. So I mean, look, it's going to be weird if the rally commander is a combo commander. Then I don't know who you're going to really pair them with, unless you'll just put him as secondary, right? I mean, with King Arthur, we look at his skills, and like his skills, he basically has 2 commanders worth of skills, right? He has a combo attack set of skills and a skill damage set of skills, and perhaps the rally commander will function in the same way. Whereas, you know, if he's primary, you know, he has this set of skills. If he's secondary, he's more of a skill damage commander. Who knows? I suspect that, you know, I'm expecting a Cav rally commander to have the combo tree, and then I suspect that he will be good as a secondary when paired with skill damage commanders, right? That's my expectation. Then you'll be able to slap him with commanders like Justinian, or maybe you'll continue to use, you know, primaries such as Nevsky, right? We've seen a lot of rallies with Nevsky and, you know, and Justinian, so that's something that we could continue to see, where this new Cav rally commander will be just good as a secondary, and that'll be it, right? So who knows? I'm excited to see what the future holds for King Arthur and his rally counterpart, but let me know what you guys think about all this stuff in the comments section below. Lots of new information revealed for today's video, and again, I have one video kind of going over another player's account for the commander swap, but as far as commander swap details go, this is the final video, because I mean, the event's coming out, right? Like, so that's it. So sorry for beating a dead horse, guys, but this information is very important. This is a once per account thing, so it's a big deal, so I want you guys to have as much information information going into it as possible. Save your gems, it's a big deal. And with that being said, guys, if you made it to the end of the video, drop a thumbs up on it. It really does help out the channel a ton. It helps push this video out into the algorithm. You guys have been killing it with helping me get these videos out into the algorithm lately. It's been amazing. Thank you guys. If you've watched my recent videos and you've been dropping thumbs up, it really does help. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, if you have more questions or concerns or anything like that, put them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. And while you're down there, consider subscribing to the channel. About 69% of you guys are not subscribed, so go ahead and click that sub button while you're down there, and click the bell if you want to be notified the next time I upload a Rise of Kingdoms video. But that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been Omniarch. I will talk to you guys again soon. Peace.